Hello, it's Deborah here from Madison's with my latest weekly video update news. Gosh, that was a mouthful this morning. I'm obviously feeling a bit jaded after the long bank holiday weekend. So, Bank of England meeting this week and expected that they will be cutting rates. They cut them last time in February, and they are expected to cut them again now. So, yeah, probably going to go down from 4.5 to 4.25%, because that's all to do with President Trump's tariffs, which are expected to depress UK growth. So, in an attempt to stimulate the economy and create more buoyancy in it, the Bank of England will be cutting those rates. Really interesting to see if there's another cut. Barclays are thinking that rates are going to go down to 3.5% this year, so that would need quite a few more aggressive cuts to get down. And it's expected that there'll be the fastest series of rate drops since 2008 and the financial crisis. That will all be a stimulus to the property market, of course, mainly because we just love good news. So in seeing cheaper mortgages, people will be feeling they've got a bit more in their pockets and hopefully be able to press on. So whereas there was enormous energy up to that stamp duty, those increases that ended at the end of March, that's now died a bit because of Trump's tariffs, and now they're expected to be a bit of a boom again as we go through this spring market. So watch this space. The lenders are already pricing all that in, as they do. There was a sub 3% buy-to-let rate introduced by the Mortgage Works this week. So the lenders pricing in those changes and expecting rates to go down. So we will watch and wait and see what it does to the economy and the property market. Property market at the moment, how is it feeling? Still a little bit like it's holding its breath. Still a lot of my sellers would quite like to sell privately. There's very little market for private sales at the moment. Private selling means that you don't list on the big portals. You phone your buyer book that you have registered with you and try and sell it without taking it formally onto the market. And that's tricky when you're in a buyer's market, which is what we're in now, because if you're not taking something to the market, it's kind of pay me enough to not take it to the market. So with a buyer's market, they want to kind of see what the market says, wants to see what it's going to be worth. So most buyers in this market refusing to buy off market, and the portals continuing to dominate. And that then takes me on to Zoopla went up for sale last week. Was it 500 million they wanted for it? Zoopla's had some difficult fortunes with the rise of Rightmove. So agents have a bit of a love-hate relationship with portals. There is no doubt that the portals make your life easier as an agent, I think. But equally, Rightmove charges phenomenal amounts of money and they make enormous profit. So they're not charging those high amounts of money because they have high costs. They're doing it to make more money for themselves. And that creates a bit of bitterness around agents who feel that they're kind of monopolising the market and taking advantage of that position. Zoopla has tried to put itself up there against Rightmove. It actually has really good algorithms, Zoopla, so their search engine can be better. But people still tend to go to Rightmove first. And on the market, bought by CoStar, really looking to improve their offering to offer a lot more for buyers in understanding what buyers want. So, CoStar on the market, really trying to challenge Rightmove's dominance on the market. But for now, certainly you pop your properties on Rightmove and you wait for the phone to ring. Is what some very lazy agents can do. So, there is a kind of a love-hate relationship with the portals. I think they're kind of essential, but I think Rightmove probably do charge too much. So I sit somewhere in the middle of it all. Well, of course, we just had the May Day bank holiday. We'll have Whitsun at the end. And a lot of people say to me, should I have my property on the market for the bank holiday? Generally, doesn't really make a great deal of difference. Buyers are a bit distracted if they're family buyers over those bank holidays. So don't worry too much if you weren't on for this bank holiday and if you're not on for the next one. Buyers search all the time now because it's so easy, thanks to those portals, to be able to see properties. Well, I hope you have a great week. It's looking like cold again till the weekend, so wrap up warm, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.